Hey there, you guys. This is Kathy Crow at the Crow Cottage, and I hope that you are having a lovely day and you had a wonderful Mother's Day. For all of you guys who are moms out there, I hope that you had a day that was sweet to you. It was nice for me. Our kids are old enough now that they all remember to call, which is really nice. And we love talking to them, so that was good. They're all pretty good about it. They call. Well, actually, I guess we ended up calling one, but that's because he has two little kids, and it's a busy life. They just got a house too, so they have like a lot of things on their mind. And I called them the day before just so that I didn't have to, wonder, is he going to call today? I always said I would never be a mom like that, and I've turned into a mom like that. Okay, and so anyhow, back to thinking about Mother's Day. I also noticed that we had, there were just so many people that had really nice tributes to their mom on Facebook, and I noticed that every year, but this year, I guess, I don't know, maybe I looked at Facebook more this year. I don't usually look at it much on the weekend. And it was nice to see that. So if you did not have your own mother alive to be able to spend time with her at all, then I hope you had some good times sharing those memories of the fun times that you had with her. And if you didn't have, there's always daughters-in-law, daughters, sisters, aunts, friends, lots of people you can share Mother's Day with. So anyhow, I am going to, my desk is a really big mess, so we're gonna I'm gonna sort of clean up as I go. But I wanted to today, I'm gonna use this Born to Shine. I'm so happy Facebook has fixed their weird color program that was going on last week for a whole bunch of us. We were green, surprisingly green. So I'm glad I'm not green today, and I can set this so that, hi Linda, I'm so glad you joined us. I missed you, and then saw that you shared my video last week. Thank you so much. Oh, which reminds me, I will do the drawing here in just a minute. So thank you for sharing. Make sure you share the videos, and then you get entered into a drawing to win a $5 little gift card to Stampin' Up! And you kind of need to collect at least 2 of those. After I did it, I realized, you know what, I can't afford to spend $10 a week on people. So, and with shipping and handling, that's basically what it would be. So I do need you to save one of those for your shipping and handling fee. But anyhow, it's pretty easy to collect a bunch in a short period of time. So Born to Shine is the thing that I'm going to do with Stargazing today. Stargazing is a set that I love. I haven't been able to really get to it too much yet, so I'm really excited to be able to do it. Hi, Tricia. Thanks for joining us. All right, so make sure that you share the video, and then you can get entered to win in the drawing, and I'm going to do that right now. So we will see who won. Oh, good. Michelle, you're watching too. Awesome. Good to see you. Thank you so much for those flowers, Michelle. That was beautiful. I added them to my bouquet that I went out yesterday and got because all of our roses are opening, and oh man, it's beautiful. Our peonies haven't too much, other than the big single ones. We've got some big giant single ones that have now that they're starting. Now this wind's gonna take those, just blow those petals off. We've got a windy day today, but it's warm, so I'm happy about that. I'm not gonna complain. All right, so we will see who won in the drawing from last week. And it is Linda. Congratulations, Linda. So I will send that to you, little card in the mail, and then just hang on to these, collect them. Again, save one for my shipping and handling fee. But you can collect them. I have written on there the instructions how to redeem it, and you're basically just going to send those back to me after you've gotten enough to get the item that you want. All right. Oh, okay, really quick. I do have a class coming up here, and I hesitated to even mention it because this May one, I can't really get things to you now in time if you wanted to order any of the supplies. And May is going to be an interesting month. We're still on lockdown and all of that. So, having said that, I'm not going to worry about May too much. If that class doesn't happen, I am not going to be too bothered by it. We actually are going to be going out of town that very weekend before. So, if I don't have a lot of cards to make for that class, I won't be too sad. But this class is the June one, and I really want to encourage, is this the one we're doing for, this is our Father's Day one. Now you can do it anytime. So actually, this might be the one I'm thinking is our June one. It is, actually, this is the May one. So if you want it, it is really cute. I've got little Velcro things so that this little flap will stay shut. And then you're just gonna open it up too. And you can decorate it. It's using the By the Dock stamp and Mountain Air stamp set. It's really cute. And so that one, and then the guy one is the golfing one is a fancy fold card. So anyhow, it's super cute. Little golf ball going along there. If you guys have a golfer or a recreational guy, this is not the fishing set. So he's got that little frog on him though. Yay, Freddie, you're watching. It's nice to see you. All right, so anyway, if anybody's interested, that is one of the classes I'm doing at the end of this month. But again, I can't order any of the supplies for you and get it here in time now. But I have all of the supplies to actually do the cards. So you can come and do it, but you pretty much have to come. Now I have enough card tables because Jeff said you can't do it outside. I was thinking I could do it outside, but it's too windy. He said all your stuff will blow away. And he thinks we have enough card tables and room to set people up inside 6 feet apart. So we could do it inside. Would not be a problem. And believe me, Jeff and I are perfectly healthy. And I am very rigorous in my cleaning when I leave a store. So thank you for sharing, Freddie. Appreciate that. Linda won the drawing today, so you can congratulate her. Anyway, so this is my little bee card. I'm really excited about the bee one. Here's a little bee. This is like a little beehive I've got here going on this card. Isn't that cute? And anyway, it's not quite as fancy as the hexagon one I did, but it's still pretty cute. I love all the gold on the bees. As soon as I saw this, I thought, oh, I'm going to use a whole lot of my gold foil on these cards because it just begs for gold foil, doesn't it? So anyhow, those are the cards that I'm doing for May's class. If you're interested, the golf guy has a cute little box with him for his golf cart. And I actually am going to put nuts in this. This is going, not for you guys, but I mean for Jeff. For Father's Day. He's a big nut fan. So this fits a good-sized jar of Planters peanuts or whatever nuts your person likes. So I am going to set this aside really quick. I don't want to inadvertently step on my projects as I bumble about here in my trying to get everything organized and for class. All right, so I'm putting on the glasses. We're gonna get to work and we will go fairly quick. This class shouldn't be, or these projects shouldn't be too time consuming. I know for some of you, you've got things to do and you can't sit with me for 2.5 or 3 hours. It seems like some of my plans are much lengthier than I initially want. So anyhow, I do have Stampin' Up! Blotting paper, but I find that this glare of these lights on here, the white blotting paper graph paper is just too bright. So I've gone to using some of my DSP that I might not use because I didn't really care for I love the music on this one, but not going to probably use this green with this music. So here's the cards we're doing. These would be perfect for graduation. This one is, you know, the little ballerina. And this one we're going to do, you could slide a little gift card. I've got my card in there, which I'm not giving to anyone, but I just wanted you to see that it's just using one of those ornate layer frames to hold our gift card. And this is the one I'm going to start with first. It's got a little bit of embossing on it, and these don't. These are going to go very fast, so I'm going to get, hopefully I can find my video here on the side. I've got my computer up over here, and you know, it's so in Facebook, you're just so interesting. Now, I am so glad I am not green today, but you would think that my video would be like right here in front of my face because my page is there, but for some strange reason, Facebook won't reveal that I am live online, although I know I am. I saw that you guys were with me, so I know that I'm here. There I am. All right, so now I can see your comments. Let me scroll down, though, because I'm not sure if they're showing me them all. Good. Okay. Michelle, are the bees a separate class? Yes. I've got 2 classes in May. They're both on your birthday, Michelle, so I am not sure that you want to do that on your birthday. I wouldn't. If it were me, I would not want to do that. Let's see. Did I miss anything else? Linda, you are having frost and freezing? Oh, I am so sorry. My wind sounds better, much better. And Freddie, thank you for saying you like the gift card idea. It is, and yes, Facebook is super interesting. But I vowed today I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going. I was so happy when that I wasn't green today that I vowed to not be whining about anything at all like that today. So these are very simple cards. I kind of got a head start on the cutting, you know, some of those things out ahead of time. Again, I'm going to start with this Stargazing. Now, all of these that I'm using, like even my newsletter that's coming out, I didn't even realize one of the stamp sets that I had done is actually one that's been retired for a while. Sometimes these things sit on my shelf for a bit before I even get to it, and it's one that I had no idea was already retired, but I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and use it because I really liked it, and this one is one of those that's retiring. So I liked the sky. I think you're going to enjoy it when you see it. And then I'm also using this Seize the Day just for this guy. I really like the sayings on this. I'm not as fond of these trees. They're okay. But the guy and the deer are really useful in some of our other landscaping type stamps if you're that kind of a person. Oh, Linda, you've got to cover your peonies. Oh, my goodness. Yes. I'm glad we're done with the frost. I don't think we have to worry about that now. But I'm going to use as the background this shimmer white cardstock. And I just cut it at your normal 8.5 by 5.5 and scored it at 4. All of these are the normal size. So that is going to be my base card. Now, the nice thing about the shimmer is that it is a very stiff one, too. Some of the Whisper White's fairly thin. And a couple of years ago, they had this one called Natural White. This one is the same weight as the heavyweight white cards, Whisper White cardstock that's called heavyweight there. And it's natural, which means that it had like these little cool specks on it. And so I have been using them to use it up. I've been using it a little bit. I actually really like the little specks. And I'm going to use that in these cards because it's not going to be too, you know, noticeable, but it is not available in our catalog anymore. I am sorry about that. Now you can buy this though at other places. They have textured and this one almost has a oh, it's not smooth. It's not super smooth. It's not watercolor either, but it's you know, it's a you can feel a slight texture to it. So that is what I'm going to do for this. And then I am going to cut this one. Now, that one's looking like Whisper White or Vanilla, maybe. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and use this. And anyhow, and then the other background paper that I'm using for this is Blueberry Bushel. And this is, oh boy, I've got to look at my pack because I kind of forget now. I think this is the Silhouette Scenes. Yes, this is the See a Silhouette. I can never remember the name. It's the See a Silhouette paper, which has really nice, it has a lot of, if you like water, it has a lot of watery type back sides to it. So anyway, that's the DSP I'm using. If for any reason you happen to want to purchase anything in my store, make sure you use the host code. And I could put it down here, I suppose, so you could actually see it, but it's probably going to move because it's going to be in my way, and that's the way I work. I just don't, you guys are all demonstrators. You want to purchase your things yourself. All right, and what do I need to do? First of all, I think what I want to do is get that embossing part done and out of the way so I don't have to worry about that. All right, so we got this out. I'm already moving this. You're way in the way. And I'll stick you over here and I'll put this on top of you, and there we go. All right, so let me make sure we're in space here. We were heard, oh, to Linda, I hope you're not in an Arctic vortex. That would be bad. Very bad. All right, anyhow, so stargazing. We are going to start with that sky. That's the first thing we're going to do. And I'm going to want to stamp off quite a bit because, let me grab a good-sized block here. Oh, where did you come from? There you are. Ooh, sorry about that noise. All right, it's going to fit on that one. That's not the largest block we have, but it's a pretty good-sized one. And that Pacific Point, we do not want Pacific Point. We want Blueberry Bushel. Now, this is a color that's going to go away, so I need to use that up. Whoa. Okay. Want to get some stamping off done here. I don't want this to be too strong. You can see it actually, it's a nice stamp. I don't think this is a distinctive one, but it works like it. But we definitely don't want that to be too strong, especially initially. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, a lot of the time you can just leave it with that one. But I'm going to turn it, because I want a little bit more of this on here than that. Okay, now this part though, I want my swirls to be a little bit more noticeable. So I'm gonna move it, that's gonna become the top part of my card. And if my swirls aren't noticeable enough, I'm going to have to start again. Because I'm gonna leave this out actually. I'm going to want to use it some more, but the swirl is really cool. Love the swirl. We're going to keep that full strength on here. Okay, isn't that cute? But just, I'm not inking it again because I don't want it to get too carried away. And, actually, I want this little swirl right there. How how can I get you to be right there? Okay. Starting over on that one. We are starting with this swirl first. Ha! That's better. And that's the other thing about this paper. It's nice and thick. So if you screw up on that other side like I just did, you can flop it over and not worry about it. Even though blueberry bushel is a pretty strong color, it's just fine. All right. Well, Linda, we are going to pray that your weather improves, because with all the other things that are so nutty out there right now, we do not need extra nuttiness in the life. Okay. There we go. Now, I did cover that one a bit, but I'm not going to worry about it. That's fine. You can still see some white here and there for my stars, and I can fix that if I think I messed it up a bit, but I believe it's going to be good. And now I want to add some sparkly stars. So I'm using, oh, I got the wrong one out, because this is white, but that's not what I want. I want our sparkly one. This is our shimmer white. There's a lot of silver in there. So there's a star stamp. That's the one we want to use. I want to put a fair amount of that on there. And I actually used, I used white. I used some kind of white ink pad that we've got. But I didn't really need to use white. I think the Versamark will be fine. So I'm going to use that this time. Bye, Michelle. Have a great day. Thanks for checking in on me. And you can see some of my craft white ink on there, but I'm going to do this. But I need to move fairly fast. And I need a piece of paper. I'm going to use my old postcode paper here. This is going to go, we're going to put our paper on that. Here's our embossing buddy. Better rub you on there. Almost forgot that guy. I do frequently. And then I need to make sure I'm all ready. So let's open up my sparkle. Now we're gonna go. All right, so we're just gonna put some stars around kind of randomly. All right, and put our paper down. Get my ink pad out of the way. I'm not really sure where I stamped it now, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's where I want it pretty much. I've been reading a really good book, ladies. It's called The Dead of Winter, and it's by David Crossman. I like mysteries, but I like clean mysteries that don't have stuff in them, and I also don't care for romances too much. Jeff's pretty much a romantic guy. I do not need extra romance in my life, which is nice. I can understand why some people like it, but I've got plenty. I don't need to add it. So, anyhow, it doesn't have any of that, and I've really enjoyed it. The detective is an older guy who was a war veteran in World War II. And so, anyhow, yeah, I've just really been enjoying it. He's a very interesting character, and David Crossman has turned out to be quite an exceptional writer. A lot of the mysteries that I've read, those cozy mysteries, a lot of times those are so formulaic that you can tell they're just pumped out really quickly, and not a lot of real thought put into the characters. Anyway, this story's been really good. It's it begins with the main character is Winston Crisp. So he's done a few Winston Crisp, you know, hero solving the mystery. I think he's done a few of them. And this one is not the first one. I've never read any other ones. This is the first one I got. I just didn't want to start with the first one, just to see if I liked the character, and I do. So it begins with him having already lost some fingers and toes from the previous book, which is kind of interesting, and convalescing. But it's well written, so you're not bored. The story just jumps into there's a little flashback. I love flashback stories. So the first chapter initially is like a flashback to 1935 after they've sort of introduced the character a little bit. And then the mystery is happening, and he's getting townsfolk to help him solve it because he's convalescing, like I said. Okay, now I know I'm running this quite a bit, but this is kind of hard for me to see with all of that stuff to make sure that I've got it melted really well. And so that's why I'm running this longer than you would think I'd probably need to. I just want to make sure my glitter, the glitter part, doesn't melt so much. It really requires that white that's in there, that white powder, to melt and basically glue that silver glitter that's in there on. So I wanted to make sure it stayed put. So thank you for being patient with all of that. All right, now I want to use the stitched rectangle for this one. So let's grab one of those out and make sure it's the right size. That's the one. Last time, I think I had all of the wrong sizes out there. Well, hey, Marla, it's nice to see you. Stargazing is retiring, and it's a really nice set. I love it. I haven't used it a lot, but I'm going to use it a lot with that Sailing Home set. It's, I haven't actually gotten to my Sailing Home set all that much yet, which is sad. Thankfully, it is not retiring, so I'll have plenty of opportunity to do that. But the Stargazing one, if you use Sailing Home at all, you're gonna want your Stargazing. I'm gonna move you up because I am moving my machine over in order to cut this out. And put my magnetic plate's really getting worn. So I'm glad we're getting a new machine, because that means I'm going to be able to get new a lot of things that I actually need. All right, so we'll put this guy on there. Let me position this where I want it. That's going to look pretty good. I like it. Now, since it's so random, you don't really have to worry about your placement too much on that. And I'm only rolling it back just because my space is so small here. I'm gonna have a hard time. I've used this so much too. The little bolt in the handle starting to give me some grief. Now, while I've got the machine here, I want to cut my my blueberry bushel edge. I didn't do one for the DSP. Just this blueberry bushel. So let me grab the next size up, which I believe is this one. Yes. All right, so we're going to put that one in. So anyhow, if you are interested in mysteries at all, I would highly recommend David Crossman. He's a good writer. Very interesting characters. The setting is is the setting I believe he lives in. And so it's just, yeah, really much better written than many books that I've gotten in the last 5 years or so, since I've been reading through a bunch of cozy mysteries. They're pretty cute. They're pretty fun. Like they have a bunch that are flower shop settings and garden settings and all of that, but I haven't found those to be, they've been fun, like super fast reads. You can read them in just a few days, but they're so predictable, and I am not smart. So if I can figure out, you know, who is probably the person who did the murder, then I'm thinking it's not all that well written, because I'm not that smart. All right, now let me grab my, did I put it back? Yes, I did. Let's put this back in here before I lose it. I am going to need to get it back out again, though. Oh, Carol, you joined us. Yay. Okay, you guys, now remember, share my video, because what I am doing is I have a little card, $5 gift card for you if you win, and Linda won this week. So anyhow, you have to save one for your shipping and handling, but you can collect them, and then you can get something good from my Stampin' Up! Store. All right, I'm going to move this down, but you won't even have a chance to win if you do not share, right? Oh, yay, Andy, you joined us. Awesome. All right, so Linda won this week, you guys. You can congratulate her if you like. All right, this is what we're doing, and then I have my little tag already cut out. This tag, boy, I don't even really remember which set. That might be from the Ornate Frames set, because it looks about the right size for that. I did not cut my little silver cord. Now, this little silver cord isn't available, I don't think, anymore. We had it a long time ago. And let's see, where are you, silver cord? There you are. And I bought a bunch because I liked things like that. I like to keep it on hand for a very long time. Marla, you are so kind. Thankfully, you don't have to be smart to be able to do this. Otherwise, ladies, you'd be all on your own. I wouldn't be here with you. All right, so we do want our blueberry bushel back out. And if you can dream it, you can do it. So what a great sentiment for our graduation, people. Okay, this has been a very difficult time for people who are graduating. I feel very sorry for them. But the reality is that this is all going to it's going to turn out for our good eventually, because God is so good. And there are so many people who are praying all the time that this whole period of time is going to improve things in the United States, and it is, and it will. We just have to be patient, have faith. God is much bigger than all of this, and there are people who are, even whether well-intentioned or not well-intentioned, things are going to be just fine. All right, so if you can dream it, you can do it. I'm going to put these things on the side here for a minute, because I want to take this DSP and figure out what my dimensions are, actually, because I've got my shimmer card. My card, I think I cut it a tiny bit smaller than my original, so I can't really use the dimensions that I have on here. I am going to just use this and eyeball it to see where I kind of want it. It's going to have to be a bit smaller than where I initially had it. I know what I'm going to have a smaller, obviously going to have a smaller border of my shimmer white showing, which is okay. I really didn't want to do that, but that's what I'm going to have to do. So let's grab out the board. So if my card is 4 1/4, I need this to be 4 inches. got some stuff on my board. Okay, I need this to be 4 inches, and this is 5.5-ish. Actually, it's about where I want it. So I'm gonna just trim. I see my DSP got beat up a little on the side there, so I'll just trim it a tiny bit just to get that off. Oop. Now that's stuck in my track. Wow. Let's grab a piece of paper here, and I could grab my, there we go. I think I got it out. Yes. All right. I went out on a bike ride this weekend, and oh boy, it was nice. So many people are out every day. I think I have seen more people out with their kids than I've ever seen in the last 20 some years. So that's one thing I think that's been really, really good for people. They are spending some good outdoors time with their families, walking around. They're happy, smiling, friendly. It's been nice to see so many kids playing in their yard. I don't usually see hardly anybody. They're all tucked inside when I'm riding my bike. So that's been sweet to see that. And I had such a nice bike ride because although it's windy today, it was a day that the wind didn't blow. And I've been riding against the wind, I think, for the last 2 months. So it felt like I was just walking along practically. It was so pleasant. I loved it. It was really nice. It was so nice that when a bug came and hit my face, I was thinking, whew, I'm glad that I'm not panting like I normally am, kind of panting along here riding my bike, or that bug would have been sucked into my mouth and that would have been horrible. He just bounced off my cheek. I was so happy that I did not get a bug in my mouth. I hate that. That does happen when you ride your bike often enough. I think it's only happened a couple of times, and every time it happens, it reminds me of that Dumb and Dumber movie with you know, Carrey. What's his name? Jim Carrey. Yeah. And the other guy, Jeff Daniels, he's really good. I like him. He's funny. Well, Jim Carrey is obviously very funny too, but Jeff Daniels is really funny in that one. And it reminds me of that one with Jim Carrey gets the big June bug in his mouth. It's so funny. But you have to have, you know, a certain type of humor to enjoy their humor. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, you're probably not missing too much. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this around my hand. You can see I've got a lovely blue tinge going from that ink. I get ink all over myself. It's just life. And then before I get too carried away, this is where it's going. I'm going to just stick a couple of dimensionals down, and I'm just going to sort of shove the cord. Oops, it would help if I had taken the sticky backs off though. Okay, now I'm going to just shove the cord on there. Okay, the cord actually is super easy to move. If you don't like the way you've got it, then you can easily just slide it around. That was way too big. I don't really want it hanging off the edge like that. So there, perfect. And then I'm going to just stick a couple more right on top. That'll kind of keep those guys on there. It's a little uneven. That's the only problem when you lay that on top of cord, but it's gonna be good enough. And then I can put my little label right on there, and that one's done. I did want to add just some sparkle to it, so here are our holiday rhinestones. You probably still have a bunch of these hanging around. I'm just sticking those on here randomly. You could put them wherever you want to. And I have a lot of the dark blue. I don't think I've used a ton of those. But I really like the aquamarine ones. Those are my favorite ones, right? So I'll stick one of those on there too, just for fun. Oops, I lost it. Now, when you don't stick it where you want and you want to move it around, they stick great to your hands, to your nail, to... Once it turns upside down, I guess I could get my pick tool out. Wouldn't that help? I have it. I just never get it out. Okay, there we go. That one is done. So we are on to the gift card one. This one's the easiest one to do because of that cool label on the inside. So I've already cut out my, oh, that's looking a little larger. This must have been slightly smaller. Maybe I'll make it a bit smaller or not. I'll leave it the way it is. I've got soft suede as the background, and I did not cut that out. It's over here, and I'm going to do that on the side as we go. This is the Ornate Layers piece that I'm using on the inside. This cuts out like a dream out of your Big Shot. It's so, or cutting machine, whatever it is that you're using. Hey Kathy, it's good to see you. How are you guys doing? Bet you had a fun Mother's Day. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna stick that on the inside. So I think I want to just go ahead and stamp my Never Stop Stargazing is the inside, which I think is really appropriate to have as a pocket gift card holder. Never Stop Stargazing, because when you get a gift card, don't you think to yourself, oh my goodness, what a sweet thing they did for me. I can get this, or maybe this, or this. And then when you go to use your gift card, it's like, well, I'm gonna have to, what I want, costing more than this gift card, dang it. I'm gonna have to spend some of my own cash to get what I want. So that's why Never Stop Stargazing is a good sentiment for that, because there is always going to be more of something that you want, right? So a good message for kids is work for it. Never stop stargazing. Keep working for it, because that's never going to go away. You're always going to probably want something you can't afford right at the moment, or that you can't do now that we're older ladies, isn't it? It's I've got the money, I just don't have the time or the health to do it. So these are our fancy little foam strips. They're so perfect for this sort of thing. You can just cut them any length that you want, and they make a perfectly nice little pocket for you without a lot of fuss. Okay, so I just need a tiny, tiny little strip on that other side. And then I'm gonna have my little pocket all ready to go. Okay, now I'm not gonna stick my pocket on yet, of course, because I wanna finish this front. So all I'm gonna do is use my my cardstock again. Stick you on the side. Put some things away that I've got shoved all over here. Put our foam away, because I won't be using that anymore. Yes, Andy, it is wonderful how God is using this time to show people the value of family, value of the things that they have. There's so many good things out there. And Jeff and I have watched some TV that we normally don't watch, because we're kind of stuck inside, right? So we watched, I told Jeff, he said, what do you want to watch? And I said something Disney, because I do not want to have anything depressing, you know? And so his first attempt at a Disney thing was something modern-ish and new. And I was like, no, those are always horrible, right? That's not what I mean by Disney. And so he said he found Freaky Friday. The old Freaky Friday is on there, and we watched that, and I loved it. It was I had never seen that Freaky Friday. the old one because I was never that big of a fan when it came out of Jodie Foster. And so anyhow, but I loved it. She was so cute in it. It was fun. I really like it. It's not the greatest old Disney one. I understand that, but I hadn't ever seen it before, so it was a real treat. All right, so this is kind of dark, but when you do it darker, like the other one, you know, as you remember, I stamped it off before I stamped it on, and it's much lighter when you do that. But then the bad thing about that, it's lighter, yes, but you don't really see the stars just popping out like you do here when you just do it more dark. So I just did that same blueberry bushel, very dark, and now I'm going to use my soft suede, and this is the sentiment from Seize the Day. We're going to use the Seize the Day guy, and you did it. Perfect for a graduation. You did it. Even if you don't get to walk up the stage the way you normally would. Jeff said that they're planning some, you know, graduation things, and I said, how are they doing that? Is it going to be all online? I don't understand how that can really work well, and he said, I don't really know. I don't really know. We'll find out. I'm going to stamp that pretty dark. Oh, you know what I need? I need my Stamparatus for this one. The Stamparatus is going to help me just make sure that guy is nice and dark because my background's pretty dark. I don't want it to be so light that I can't see him. And I'm not great at restamping a rubber stamp like that in exactly the same place. That's not something any of us really can do. Oh, that's my foam mat. That's going to be too high. Let me grab that out. We'll leave the magnetic plate in there though. Okay, even though it's like doubled up magnetic. And we'll peel you off. I've already inked him up. I better un-ink him because I need to lay him down and see where I want him. As you can see, when I did this, I had it on a regular block like this one, and I didn't get him dark enough, so I went back over it, and it's okay, but you can kind of see his little shadow a little bit where I didn't do that perfectly. So I remembered, I definitely want him to be stamped with our Stamparatus today. Let me make you go up a little bit so that you can just see what I'm doing. Now the problem with the Stamparatus is every time I go to ink it up, I usually end up inking because I'm not pushing flat, you know, against there. So I tried a little harder. We'll see if it worked. Okay, now I didn't press all that hard, just a little, but he's pretty dark. I don't need him to be any darker, but I do want that hill. I want that hill darker. Much better. I think that's good. I don't need it to be any darker than that. We'll keep well, let's go like this because I've got it wet here now. We'll keep using that for the sentiment too. That way, if the sentiment's not quite dark enough, I can just keep going. And we want that. I want it not marking up I want to be able to see my fun little stars. But my piece is not going to be huge, so I'm going to have to kind of cover up that best one. I don't want to. We're putting it nearer him. Well, or even maybe lower. The sentiment's not exactly where I want it, but that's just because I'm weird that way. We're really coming into our lazy summer days. I hope you've got some good plans. I know we're not supposed to go anywhere, but things are opening up, and we will be able to go some places. And if you're smart about what you do when you go, you're not going to be infecting anyone or getting infected anyway. So should be really nice out there. Idaho is pretty much opened up, which is really sweet. So if you have family there, you can go visit your family. And even maybe go to a restaurant, although I think they are being very smart and stringent about how they're doing restaurants, because that's kind of iffy yet. Although I would love to see them opening up. For Thanksgiving or Mother's Day yesterday, we were so excited that Hubby's Pizza is opening up. And so when we heard Hubby's Pizza, you've been closed for this whole time, and we were so sorry because we love Hubby's Pizzas. One of our favorite, one of our kids, anytime, every time for a long time until a Mongolian grill opened up, when asked, you know, Joel, where do you want to go for your birthday this year? We knew he would say Hubby's Pizza. It was like, what are you talking about? Of course. They have a really cool toy out there, so that's part of the attraction. Anyway, so we were thrilled, and I knew Mother's Day, even on this kind of time, probably don't have to worry too much about too many people picking Hubby's Pizza. All right, now I want, what size do I want? Let's have a look. I think it's this size. Not that one. Yes, it's that one. Although because I can go larger. And so not this one, that one, and then this one is going to be the soft suede one. So that right there, and we'll put that's the one we're doing next. I believe we're going to have time. It's going to go, that one goes super fast. So let me raise you up, and I am going to just bring over my little cutting machine. Put my card there. I want you there. That's the soft suede one. We'll stick you there. All right, now we are getting a new cutting machine, and I am really excited about it because just as when we got our new, I don't want that hill to, you know, I want the corner to be not blue at all, so I'm moving that over just a bit. And you know, it doesn't have to be, I want him level, but it would be fine even if it was off a bit. But our cutter ended up being, I think, much better than the old one that we had. So I think our cutting machine's going to be really good too. Like, my handle's probably not going to be falling off it like this one is. That has been so annoying. All right, cute, cute, cute. There could have been a little bit more white in it, and that wouldn't have been bad, but it still was fine. Put that away. Now, these stitched rectangle framelits, you do probably want to run your little dryer sheet through them once in a while with them, because they tend to stick. Now, when you're doing your rectangle, if you want to keep a nice frame around, because it's going to add stitching, I tend to throw a lot of these things away because I can only use so many frames. But as you can see, I've got like a nice 4 1/4 by 8 1/2 sheet that I can use as a card when I fold this flat. And I'm only going to use this part. So I kind of want to make a nice frame here because it is going to be a stitched edge. And then after I take this part out, oops, unless I knock it around, I will still be able to use that base soft suede for a different card that is not today's card. Okay, so see what I mean? All I have to do is use my cutting machine or my trimmer and score a line there, and then I'll be able to fold that, and it'll be a nice little frame ready to go for some other card. I know you guys know all about that, but I just want to point it out for anybody who watches later who might not think about it. All right, put that away before I lose it. I think I'm done with that one. I think, no, that's the one. I'm going to run that through really quick. This, where are you? There you are. Thought I had one more piece. We'll use Whisper White on that one. So I'm going to run this through really quick on the side since I put it away. I'm not going to drag it out again. And now we're ready for the next card. So now I can put my dies totally away because we're done with those. That is it. Almost done. All right, so this is going on top of this, and then some dimensionals. And where's that card? We've got this all ready to go. This is going to go like this. This is going like this. And that one will be done, and we'll be on to the last one. I'll bet you're glad. All right. So what's your favorite childhood memory for a place? I think right now during this time, because parents are spending so much more time outside with their kids, kids are going to have some better memories than they had of going to places with their kids. We see, with their parents, that down at our conservation spot, that's a pretty nice one. Now, I grew up near forests, so I'm not so fond of desert scrub. Some people, oops, I need dimensionals on that, so that wasn't very bright. So I am going to take a baby wipe here really quick and wipe that off just so I don't stick to it too bad. Let it dry, and then I can put my dimensionals on there because I wanted glue on this one, not on that other one, but anyway. So the conservation area, I didn't take the kids down there all that much. I did a little bit. It smelled pretty skunky when I took them down there, I think, the times I did. So I was like, I took them down there a little bit. But that'd be the one thing, if I had anything to do over again as a parent, I would just take the kids more to places that I wanted to go. To hike, because I love to hike, and we could have done more of that if I hadn't always been waiting for Jeff to finish up with whatever he was doing, not realizing that he was actually not wanting to go with us anyhow, so I could have gone and it wouldn't have hurt his feelings a bit. All right, and it would have been fun for the kids. Thank you, Linda. And so anyway, having said that, it makes me think about when I was a kid, one of the places that was really fun was the river. We were always told never go to the river, anywhere near the river, and I would sneak down there. Nobody would find me. I knew not to go anywhere near the water, so I was fine. But I can understand why parents have these rules, but that was some place that I really liked to go. I have some very fond memories of it. Jeff has fond memories of going to Foster Freeze is it Whittier? In California, where he grew up. That's one of his favorite memories, his childhood memories of a fun place. We also would go when I was older, really, because the river was fun when we lived in Indiana. The river that was in Spokane, I did not go near that one too often. That one had rapids and it was a little bit scary. Okay, so all we're gonna do is put this in and we are done with this gift card. And the other one's gonna go super fast and we'll be done. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share the video. You get entered into the drawing, and you might win a prize next week if you do that. All right, and if you, for some reason, want to buy anything from Stampin' Up., remember, these stamps are leaving. They are going to be gone. They are retiring. And if you want to order anything from me, use the stamp code. If you spend $50 or more, then I will send you a gift. Okay, so there we go. A little gift card can slide right in there, and we are done with that one. You did it. And where's that other one? There it is. So we've got a couple done, and this last one, I already cut this part out. We're going to just stamp right on it, and then I'll have to fussy cut the little dancer. She's pretty cute though, huh? And then I'm going to just use this as our base card. I want to take some more of this DSP. I'm going to cut it and just put it right on the back for the background. Camping at Hungry Mother State. Hungry Mother. Oh, I love the name of that. Hungry Mother State Park in Virginia. Over where you guys are, and my brother-in-law, Gordon, I don't know if he's still with us, but in you know, some of those states over there, Missouri, Wisconsin, Tennessee, I don't know, Arkansas, the names of your states, state parks and stuff are so much, I don't know, they're fun. They're more clever, more fun something than ours. Okay, let's see. Let's go with 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I want some of that white. Oh, I just lost my score tool. Whew. Okay, there it is. It's back. But I need to slide it into its little track so I don't lose it. There we go. Hungry Mother. Oh man, that sounds really good. All right, we used to go to Tubbs Hills, a pretty clever name. That's the name of I don't know if you could call it a park in Coeur d'Alene. And it's right on Lake Coeur d'Alene, and it was fun to hike around. It's a very short hike, but that was fun for the adults because they didn't want to really hike anyway. And so it was something, you know, pretty short. And but a lot of it is up a hill, so it can be pretty strenuous if you want to go fast. It would be very strenuous for the initial start of it anyway. But the lake was fun. I didn't care for the lake so much. I don't like swimming where it's smelly. And I was used to swimming in a pool, so, you know, chlorine might not smell good, but at least you know it's not going to give you any weird effects. Of course, I suppose your chlorine might. I don't know. But not for me. I have dark hair, so my friend with blonde hair could turn her hair green, so that would not be good. But it was fun. One time our dog, though, our stupid dog, it was a little tiny terrier and terrier mix. It got sunstroke while we were at Lake Coeur d'Alene. It was so funny. Stupid dog. Anyway, it was fine. We had to leave early, and it was fine. It went down to the water and drank, okay? And then we just saw, oh, she's not feeling well. I think we better go home. So I'm using the sky again in Stargazing. I'm going to just go ahead with our blueberry bushel again. And this time I am going to just stamp 2 times on it. Full strength for the first one. Okay, like that. And we'll just turn it because I wanted to stamp it off to do that one. Okay, just to make it a little bit bigger. I needed a little bit bigger space there. Let me clean that off better. I love our Simply Chamois. It really goes forever without me having to run to the kitchen and rinse it off. It goes and goes. All right, so that is that. And then I need our Tuxedo Black to stamp the little girl in. Now this is going to just kind of go haphazardly like this. So let's stick it down right now. I think I'm going to use my black dimensionals on the back of this one. Oh, that back brown paper is really pretty. And I'm sure, you know, I don't know, sometimes those papers last a long time, sometimes they don't. The Sea Silhouette stamp set, don't know how popular it was, but it was really a pretty one. I like it. And this paper has some unique properties to it. I mean, just in that the back, there's a lot of watery effects you can get with it, which is something I didn't expect for the Sea Silhouette until I actually got it. I had no idea I was going to be able to use it for all of my sailing home stuff as much as I'm going to, once I get to it, be able to. All right, so we want to use the Born to Shine. She's cute. I like this one, although I really like that one too. But I'm not sure so much about the graduate that I give this card to, if that person's gonna actually be much of a dancer. So I think I'll just stick with the one that's a little less fancy and stamp her down. Also, this one's going to be a little easier to cut out. I knew I was gonna fussy cut out, and she's got like little fingers sticking out here. No, I don't think I want to be fussy cutting that out, so we'll just stick her on the side, and then I can use some of these other parts of that paper later, huh? All right, so let me put that away. This one is the one that has You Were Born to Shine, so we will be using that. I'm actually going to just stamp that right now before I cut it out, before I forget, because I want it right under her feet. I didn't want a label on this card. I wanted it to stay nice and simple. So, blueberry bushel. And, ooh, I hope I have room, as I kind of got her really close to the bottom. Barely got that on there. That was a little bit short. I think I'm going to be fine with it, though. I'm going to just stick with it. And we'll stick her back in here. Now, these stamps are really sticky on the top, so save your, when you peel off your labels, save your paper so that you can cover it back up, and that way they won't permanently stick to your case, because they can eventually. I know people say that they don't, but they can. Or at least it can be so difficult to get it off as to almost rip your label off of your stamp. Let's see, this is Night of Navy, and that one's way too dark. I think we're gonna go with, I could do Balmy Blue, but what I want to do, if I can find you, where are you? I want the Seaside Spray, but this looks like Balmy Blue. No, it is Seaside Spray. So I'm gonna start with a light one, and then I can make it darker. That's a little bit light. I think I'll use my navy a little bit here, just to make it a little bit darker. And then the dark Seaside Spray. We'll blend you in there. Okay. There we go. Now, before I get any more carried away, I need to get her skin color done, because, boy, I always forget. I like to actually start with a skin color so that I don't drag in ink. That's the dark one. Let's do the light one. Don't want her leg to look like she's been in the sun too much. You're up pretty high. Maybe I'll lower you just a tiny bit so you can see, although watching someone colorings, not all that fascinating. Yes, I've got like little retainer, yeah, you know, dollar store purchases of rubber bands to hold. It does a great job of holding these together. Remember to get your if you want to buy your light blending pen separate from your dark one, make sure you're getting those pronto, since they're gonna start only selling them as bundles of 2 from now on. All right, so that goes with that, and that goes with that. And she does have to be blonde. That's just the rule for a ballerina. And that one is so saffron, which actually is not the yellow I want, but we're gonna go for it anyway. All right, there she is, and we're almost done. Awesome. You guys are so fantastic sticking it out with me. So anyhow, another favorite place as you watch me cut really quick was our quarry. We had a rock quarry where we lived in Indiana, very nearby, and I was warned to never go to the rock quarry either, and I never would have even thought about it except for my brother knew how to get there, and he showed me the way. Their brothers can be so helpful. And I didn't go too often, but I did go once in a while. Another place that I love to go there that I wouldn't so much as an adult, but as a kid it was fascinating, was the dump. We had a dump nearby, and yes, if you stayed away from the smelly parts of the dump, you could just see find all kinds of stuff in there. Kids' treasure trove. Remember the story of Tom Sawyer and when he's trading to take turns whitewashing his aunt's fence. The things the kids had in their pockets to trade with him for that privilege. Yes, only kids would find things in the dumps. I don't know that I was there very often. I'm sure my mother found out about it, warned me thoroughly enough that I didn't go. Or maybe one time I went, it was like really smelly or something, and I decided, nah, I don't like it that much. It's kind of stinky. I think I'll not come back here. I had a lot of other fun places to go, so I did not need to go to the dump. But anyway, it is appealing to children, I'm sure, in many places. But let's see here. Ooh, did you hear that train whistle? I love that. We also had a train track near where we were. And ours is far enough away it doesn't... And we actually don't even have a train down it all that often. I love the sound of that train, though. It's pretty cool. Another really great thing that I loved as a kid that we have here are the fair. And I wonder by fall if we're going to have our fairgrounds open. I can't imagine doing the fair social distancing, but I think that might happen because I doubt that anyone's going to want to go back to not doing that. I think people are going to be a little panicked for a while until they realize, you know what? Getting sick with this and getting over it. So not so sure why we were that concerned. So anyway, hopefully that's the case. And I'm not a prophet, so I wouldn't know, but the fair is pretty fun. All right, almost done. It is a little tedious, especially with my big clunky scissors. If I'd gotten my little snips out, it would have been a little faster, but oh well. I'm almost done now, so hardly worth worrying about. So when I get to her foot, I just want to cut it straight across. And I'm going to go ahead and I could leave it as one big block, but I'm going to do that instead. And there she is, ready to go. And the mini dimensionals are going to work well. Linda, I'm not surprised that you like the trains too. It's probably goes along with the clock, right? Love that sound of the clock. Boy, that's a little skinny. I better snip it a bit. And the trains have that same kind of sound as your clock chimes. All right. Mini dimensionals. I don't know what we did with before you came along. I do remember cutting a lot. I just need one cut in half for both hands. So let's do that. The fairgrounds, huckleberry pie. Huckleberry pie and ice cream. That's something you can find at the Coeur d'Alene Fair. Coeur d'Alene Fair is, I think, a little more fun than our fair. I'm not sure. I haven't been to ours, but I don't remember ever seeing huckleberry shakes, huckleberry pies. But in the Coeur d'Alene Fairground one, you will. And that, corn on the cob. We've had some great corn on the cob recently. I'm not sure where they got it from. The first corn on the cob in the store is usually terrible. But I don't know where they got it from, but it's delicious. Freddie, we'll see you later. Bye. Right. All right, almost done. I'm sorry it's hard to get all the backings off of those dimensionals, isn't it? All right, there we go. And stick her right on there. And voila. She is ready to give. All right, there we go. Those were our projects today. I'm gonna flip the camera up and take my glasses off. And there I am, nice red cheeks. But it's actually pretty nice. It's not that warm. I just am a red-cheeked person. So you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Oops, my markers are down there making rattling noises. And again, share the video. I will draw to see who wins next time. And you have a wonderful week. And enjoy that spring weather, Linda. We hope it becomes spring and stops being winter where you are very soon. All right. Thanks again. Bye.